each and every one of your anatomy as much as I maybe would like to. So if you have any props and stuff you'd like to invite in, and it's something I haven't mentioned before, then please feel free to do it. And yeah, just take whatever you need. If something's not working for you, then adjust. Take yourself out if you need. But I'll give you lots of options, so hopefully you can find something that works for you here this morning. Okay, so we're gonna start in a seat. Hopefully you're a little bit warmer in here. I know it's freezing out there, so the heat is on, so hopefully you'll get a little bit warmer as well as we go on. So finding a comfortable seat that works for you, sitting up nice and tall, softening through the shoulders, and bringing your eyes to a close if that feels okay for you. You can also take your gaze just nice and soft as well, maybe taking the gaze downward. Just starting to settle into your body, noticing any sensations you feel here, noticing any thoughts running through your mind. And just bringing yourself into this moment, whatever that means for you, whatever is coming up for you. Noticing the temperature of the room, the sound of the music and my voice, the sound of your breath. Just noticing all that this moment has to offer. And then as we start to let go of everything that happened before we arrived here on our mats, we're starting to focus on what your breath feels like. Where do you feel it in your body? Noticing its qualities. Is it feeling easy and light? Or maybe it's feeling a bit heavy or stuck. Not placing judgment, but just taking notice of where you're at here this morning. As we know, each moment, each hour, each day brings us something a little bit different. Just continuing to connect to your breath here, letting everything else fall away. While we're here, now that we might have found just a little bit of the present moment, maybe setting an intention for yourself, for your practice today. We're going to focus, or my intention for you today in your practice is going to be grounding. This time of year starts to get a little bit busy. Holidays are around the corner, so really just finding some space for calmness, for rest, just to feel quite rooted. If you'd like to set that as your intention for today, please feel free. If there's something else you would like to honor in your practice or your day today, maybe you set that intention for yourself. We're going to take 3 more breaths where we are. And taking 1 more breath in. And exhale out. Beautiful. From here, maybe gently starting to slowly blink the eyes open if they weren't open already. And we are going to come into a seat without anything underneath our sit bones. So this is just to find a little bit of motion. You can try it if that feels better for you. If cross-leg doesn't feel comfortable for you, then I would maybe suggest finding a bit of a loose butterfly and more of a diamond shape in the legs, just because we're going to be moving the So whatever feels okay for you. We're going to take the hands to the knees, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to find a seated cat-cow. So when you're ready, you can keep your eyes closed or open here. On your next inhale, I want you to send the hips, the belly, the rib cage, the chest, maybe a little lift, the chin forward. And on your exhale, tucking chin to chest, pressing palms into knees, tucking tailbone. And so just carrying on to your own breath, not worrying about me or your neighbor, but using your inhale breath to guide you forward and exhale breath to guide you back. If at any point you need to hold somewhere, anywhere you're feeling extra tension, please listen to your body. We're just going to find a tiny bit of motion here just to ease into the body before we settle into a few longer holds. So just taking a couple more, noticing what you feel in your body, breathing into any spaces that you feel tension. And then when you're ready, slowly coming back to a nice long neutral spine. Beautiful. We're going to take both legs out front. We're going to find a forward fold here. So with this, we can invite in props again. So if you had your block and you wanted to put it underneath your seat to help tilt the pelvis forward, please feel free. You can also use it as we come forward to rest forehead or forearms. We're going to find some softness through the legs here. So in Yin, we don't really hold on to too much. We kind of let the muscles and the body do all the work without us pulling. So from here, softness through the legs. Inhale to find length through the spine. And then exhale, slowly folding over top of the legs. Again, adjust as you need to. If you need to take the legs out a little bit wider, if you need to find some softness through the knees. But no matter where you are, you're going to draw the shoulders away from the ears, finding softness through the neck, and just letting the upper half of your body sink down towards the legs. Noticing what you feel here. You can use the breath if at any point you feel like you can sink into your pose. So over time, you might be able to create space in these poses. And if at any point you feel that way, you can always take a bit of length in the spine on an inhale. Almost feel a little bit of a lift. And exhale, seeing if you can just melt down a little bit deeper. And you can use that throughout this practice at any point, but also not something that you have to do either. Feeling the groundedness of your seat, the back of your legs, everything melting down towards the earth. Keeping that connection to your breath as much as possible. 3 more breaths here. So maybe you find a little bit of extra space, sinking a little bit deeper. So the last 3 breaths. Taking one more breath in and exhale out. Taking your time, it's no rush. Invite you to slowly, maybe even one vertebrae at a time, rolling the spine all the way up. And then maybe take some stillness or some movement, anything that your body is calling for here. Noticing any tension. You can give your legs a little shake or find a little sway of the knees. Perfect. Okay, from here, we're going to come back into a cross leg, and if it feels okay for you. You can also extend your shins here. You can use a block. But finding here a nice long spine, soft shoulders. And we're going to start to slowly draw the right ear down towards the right shoulder. So just noticing here the spine's still long. We're just going to slowly tilt that head over. So finding that length down the left side of the neck. If you'd like to invite in a little bit more intensity, you can take the left hand, fingertips down towards the ground. You can also release it up, just moving it around, just seeing what feels good for you here. If you're not feeling that much of a stretch or you're comfortable with deepening it, you can gently place the right hand on top of your head. Again, all of these are options. You can stay anywhere that feels good for you. No matter where you are, I want you to just breathe softness into the left side of your neck. We hold a lot of tension here, so being really gentle, no pulling. I usually feel the stretch for at least 3 days after I do it. So just really being easy on yourself. We're just going to take 3 more breaths here. We're going to take 1 more breath in. As we exhale, we're going to leave the head as it is. We're going to drop the right hand to the right knee if it's not there already. We're going to slowly start to lift the left hand off the ground, and we're going to take it behind our back so that the left back of the hand is just resting on the lower back. Now you have the option to leave it here, or maybe you start to slowly walk it up. See if you have a bit of space to move it anywhere between the shoulder blades and the lower back. And then we're going to tuck the chin. We're going to send the chin towards the right collarbone as we take the gaze gently over the right shoulder. So finding a bit of a different stretch here, noticing what you feel through this left side, all of the muscles here, surrounding your collarbone, the left shoulder. Again, being nice and gentle. Continuing to find the length through the rest of the spine. And softness through the shoulders. If you're finding a lot of tension through this left shoulder, you can just release the left hand and just simply take the chin down as well. 3 more breaths here. Taking 1 more breath in and exhale out. Beautiful. From here, we're going to slowly bring the head back, no rush, and then gently releasing that left hand. And from here, Listening to your body, maybe some shoulder rolls, maybe some neck rolls, maybe some seated cat-cows, just listening in. In Yin, we call this rebound, and generally it's done in stillness, or traditionally, let's say, but I always find movement can really feel a lot better. So your choice, whatever feels good. We're gonna find the other side once you feel ready to. So finding that length through the spine first. So finding that alignment, softness through your belly, but reaching up through the crown of the head. And then we're gonna find that left ear dropping to your left shoulder this time. You can find the same version as you did on the other side if that feels okay for you, dropping the right hand down. You can also take the left hand on top of the head, but being mindful if you have any injuries to account for, or really taking notice if this side feels different than the other. Really honoring whatever your body has to say. Connecting to your breath. Noticing as you breathe where you feel it. You can feel the space through the right side of the neck, maybe through your chest, your rib cage, your belly. Maybe you invite the breath into your back body a little bit, behind the heart, the back of the ribs, maybe even down into your lower back. 3 more breaths. One more breath in here, and exhale out. Dropping that left hand back to the left knee if it's not there already. And then we're going to slowly bring that right hand behind the back. So the back of the right hand is resting on your lower back. You can then start to maybe walk it up a little bit, and then finding some place that feels okay for you here. And then drawing that chin towards the left collarbone as you take the gaze over top of your left shoulder. Really seeing where you feel this in your body. Where can you invite in a bit more softness and space? Another few more breaths here. Taking one more breath in and exhale out. From here, gently moving the neck back to neutral, nice and slow. Slowly starting to remove that right hand from behind your back. And then again, anything you need here, just a few breaths. Whatever's calling your name. Shoulder rolls, neck rolls, cat-cow. Beautiful. Okay, from here, we're gonna make our way over into a tabletop position. So we're gonna take ourselves onto our palms and our knees. If it feels okay, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Maybe the tops of the feet are down if that feels okay. If you find that tucking those toes under feels better, that's okay too. Maybe just finding a little rock or sway here side to side. You can find some circles through the spine. Just finding a little bit of intuitive movement here before we settle into our next longer holds. Beautiful. Taking one more breath of movement. And exhale, coming back to stillness in your tabletop. So from here, we're gonna find our thread and needle. I'm gonna give you two options here. So on your next inhale, you can either just lift the right hand up. You don't have to move it that much. Or you can inhale and sweep the right hand up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, no matter where you are, we're gonna slowly start to bring that right hand all the way underneath the left armpit. And you're gonna slide it all the way through until you rest on your right shoulder and right side of your head. You can keep the left hand where it is. You can take the left hand and you can walk the fingertips towards the front of your mat. This lengthens through the side body. Or you can also take the left hand and you can take it behind your back, or you can bind it in your right hip crease. And this just invites a little bit of a twist. So take your version, your variation. Again, if you need a prop somewhere underneath your head or your shoulder, please invite that in. Seeing where you need to be. Softening through that right shoulder, finding that openness through shoulder blade. Noticing where your breath has landed here. Seeing if you can expand on it, moving it through the body. Taking a few more breaths where you are. Seeing if you can sink in, settle in a little bit deeper for the last few breaths. And taking one more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly bringing that left palm back to your mat if it's not there already. Starting to gently press into it as you lift yourself back up. Taking what you need here. your rebound, your release, whatever that looks like for you. Beautiful. Taking one more breath. And settling back into your tabletop when you're ready. And from here, long spine. And your choice on your next inhale to either simply just raise the left hand and bring it down, or you can take that left arm, opening up, and exhale, finding it all the way through as you rest on the left shoulder, the left side of your face, inviting in any props here that you need, finding softness through the left shoulder blade, and then really moving that right arm to wherever is going to benefit you most. And that could mean that it stays where it is. You can walk the fingertips towards the top of your mat, maybe for a bit of side body lengthening. Or maybe it feels good behind your back or tucked into your left hip. Whatever feels good. And taking a few more breaths here. Seeing if you can soften into it a little bit more for the last breath. Taking one more breath in. And exhale out. Right palm comes back to your mat, using it to press yourself up. Taking a couple of breaths here. Whenever you need. Beautiful. We're going to slowly make our way onto the front side of our bodies. So when you feel ready, slowly lower ourselves all the way down. And we're just going to take a few breaths, maybe with one palm over the other, forehead on top. Maybe you walk those feet out a little bit wide, taking the tops of the feet down, a little sway of the hips, side to side. Just finding softness through the neck, feeling those hips nice and rooted. And finding stillness here for 3 breaths, just letting everything go, melting down towards your mat. A lot of grounding here, feeling of support from the earth beneath you. Taking one more breath in and exhale out. From here, we're going to come into a half frog. So I'm going to start by lifting the forehead up. We're going to take the arms out into cactus or 90-degree angles here. And we're going to take the left ear down to start. So just taking a moment here, putting into the hips. And then we're going to take the right knee up towards the right elbow. So you're going to bend into the right knee. And you're going to start to slowly draw it up so that the right knee comes out from the right hip. And the inside of the right foot is coming down onto the ground. So we're finding here a nice opening through the inner thigh. You can invite in a prop underneath the right knee. That just deepens the stretch a little bit through the inner thigh. And you can also invite in a stretch through the neck. You can do this by gazing in the opposite direction of your knee. If you have any injuries through the neck or considerations, you can always keep the forehead through center with your palms over one another. So just take any adjustments, any props, any version of this that feels okay in your body. You can also straighten out that right leg a little bit if you have the space. Just take this however feels good. Just finding that nice stretch to the right inner thigh. And then noticing if you're holding on to your left glute. Really softening through the glute muscles here. And maybe you take a big inhale in. And exhale through the mouth as you let your whole body sink down towards the ground. Letting all of that tension go. Being mindful of where your thoughts have wandered to. And bringing yourself back to your breath, back to this moment. Taking 3 more breaths here. Taking 1 more breath in. And exhale out. When you feel ready, no fast movements. Maybe you slowly start to lengthen that right leg back long next to the left. Adjusting out any props. And then taking what you need here, maybe you again take one palm over the other, forehead on top through the center of your mat. You can sway through the hips simply on the ground, or you can take the feet up towards the ceiling and sway them side to side as well. And just release through the lower back, through the hips. And again, stillness might also feel nice here. Just taking a couple of breaths. Whatever you need. And taking 1 more breath here before we find the other side. Beautiful. Tops of the feet come back down. Finding comfortable position for the arms. Maybe you keep one palm over the other, forehead on top, or maybe it feels okay to take the arms out into cactus or 90 degrees. Right ear down to start. Then starting to move that left knee up towards the left elbow. Finding the knee out from the hip. You can take any props here, anything underneath the left knee if you'd like. You can gaze in the opposite direction of the knee or stretch through the neck. You can straighten through the left leg a little bit. Just seeing what feels good for you here. And then on your next inhale, taking a big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth as you soften through your glutes, through your shoulders, letting your whole body sink into your mat a little bit deeper. Letting go of any last little tension or holds in your body. Focusing on your breath and where it's moving into. See if you can find more space and length in your left inner thigh. Noticing how the ground feels beneath you. How supportive you feel. Feel of your mat. Letting yourself now see. Taking a few more breaths here. One more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly, intentionally starting to lengthen the left leg, bringing it long next to the right. And inviting in whatever you need here. Any stillness, any movement. Beautiful. From here, once you've taken what you need, we're going to find our Sphinx pose. And how we get there is as we slowly start to lift our forehead, our chest up, we're going to place the elbows down on the ground here. And maybe it feels okay to place the elbows underneath the shoulders for the most support. If it doesn't feel great for you, if you feel any pinching in your lower back, there's a couple of options here. You can take your elbows out or both. Both is fine too. You can take the feet out a little bit wider, maybe noticing what that feels like for you. Trying to find the forearms parallel to each other and the palms pressing down into the ground or the mat as you start to draw the shoulders away from the ears. So you're imagining the chest is opening up as the shoulder blades are moving towards each other on your back. Maybe you close your eyes or you find a soft gaze towards your knuckles or the top of your mat. We're not going to crane the neck back to open the chest, just keeping the neck quite neutral and in line with the upper back, the spine. I'm just feeling any sensations here. Breathing into that space that you've created in the front body, ribs, the chest, between the shoulders, the neck. Now there's a few options if you'd like to deepen this stretch, if this needs to go a bit further for you. You're more than welcome to try taking the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. You might find a little bit of a deeper or intense stretch in the lower back, or more compression anyways, more openness through the front body. Might not feel good for you, and that's okay. You can just pop those feet back down at any point. And then another option for those of you that would like to go even deeper, we can come into our seal pose. It'll just be for the last 5 breaths. So you can simply stay as you are. If you'd like to give it a try, you can take the tops of the feet back down. And then we're going to slowly start to maybe take the palms a little bit wider than they are. You can also take them out a little bit further, and then you can always walk the hands closer to you. So from here, I'm going to start to gently press through the palms as you straighten through the arms. And then where do you need to be? Can you walk the hands a bit closer? Do you need to stay where you are? Do you need to adjust the hand placement? No matter where you are, drawing those shoulders continually back and down, away from the ears, open through the chest. And we're going to stay here for another 3 more breaths. One more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly taking your time, starting to bend to the elbows, coming all the way down. Your choice here to stay lying down, taking any motions, any sways. If you're done lying on your front side, if it's not feeling comfortable for you anymore, just coming up into your tabletop. And you can find any little motions or sways here as well. Whenever you're ready, we're going to slowly work our way up to our tabletop now. Taking any movements you need while you're here. We're going to make our way onto our back, so just taking your time through each transition. So coming up into tabletop, just finding what you need here. When you're ready, you can come through to a seat. Swinging those legs round in front. And then just to come down safely, taking a bend through the knees, soles of the feet on the mat. Pop your hands behind your thighs, just pressing the palms into the knees as you start to round through the spine, rolling yourself down. Bringing your knees into your chest and giving yourself a nice squeeze, maybe a nice rock on the spine feels good here. If you need to make any adjustments, go right ahead. Beautiful. From here, we are going to come into a double knee twist. So we're going to take the knees down to the right side, and this can be done in many different ways, and you can pick whichever twist variation will feel best for you today. So you can simply, as the knees are, drop them down to the right side. You can take a block or a prop in between your knees. This feels really nice on the hips specifically. You can also take the left leg around the right, finding your equal legs with a deeper option. Also gives more of a twist, or a stretching sensation through the left outer hip. No matter where you end up, you're going to draw that left shoulder down into your mat. Maybe you take your arms out wide, or you can take the right hand onto your left thigh to help anchor and deepen your twist. And if it feels okay on your neck, gazing in the opposite direction of your knees. So listen to your body. Where do you need to be? And sinking into your twist. Three more breaths here. And taking one more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly, slowly unwinding the spine, releasing the legs. Taking any stillness, any motions. Bring the knees into the chest, finding a rock on the spine. You can windshield wiper the legs side to side. You can find constructive rest, where you walk the soles of the feet out wide on the mat and drop the knees in on one another. Whatever you need here. Whenever you're ready, we're going to find our final pose, our twist down to the left side this time. Maybe by inviting in the same props or the same version that you did on the other side. If you cross the legs, you can cross the right leg over the left this time. Adjusting as you need to, bringing those shoulder blades down to your mat. You can either take the arms out wide, or you can bring that left hand on top of your thigh as you anchor and deepen your stretch. Maybe gazing in the opposite direction of your knees if it feels okay on your neck. Taking 3 more breaths here. Taking 1 more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly unwinding the spine, bringing yourself back to your mat. Taking any last little moves, poses, stretches you need. And coming into your final resting pose, your Shavasana, when you're ready. You can take this any way that you'd like. You can take this lying on your back, your front, your side, or even seated. You can invite in any props here that make you feel most comfortable. I will also be coming around with the Jai Yoga Essential Oil Mist. It's got lavender, sage, and peppermint. If you do not want me to spray this above you, then just give your hand a little wave. And slowly starting to bring some awareness back into your body. Maybe wiggling your fingers or your toes. Finding a gentle sway of your head side to side. Maybe you invite in some larger movements, circling through the wrists or the ankles. It might feel good to take your arms overhead, stretching through the feet, taking a big inhale in and a big exhale out. Bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a nice little squeeze and rock on the spine, side to side. And then slowly rolling over onto your side, taking a breath or two here just to arrive back into the room. And then gently pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, closing your eyes when you arrive. Taking your hands wherever feels most comfortable to you, whether that's your lap, your legs, or maybe hands to heart center. We're all going to take a breath together. So taking a big breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just thinking about that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice, whether that was to work on grounding or resting, or maybe it was something that you thought of that you're working on personally. Just thinking about how maybe you can honor or bring that into the rest of your day. I always like to read something that I resonated with this week, hoping that maybe one of you might also resonate with it. So I will read this to you today. It's by Charlotte Freeman. This is your reminder to be present. Stop living your life in a day, week, month, or year that hasn't yet begun. Life moves far too quickly to be living in a time other than this moment. If you spend too much time worrying about the future or the past, you'll miss all the beauty surrounding you right now. Taking a moment to send gratitude to yourself for taking this time out of your day to practice, to connect your breath and your movement, and maybe even to find the present moment just for a little while. I'd just like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time, space, and sharing your energy with me today. I really, truly appreciate it, and all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Namaste.
Namaste.